Diego, did you watch Super Bowl?
I did.
Oh, yeah? Who won?
E-A-G.
Oh, okay.
So-
He had
so
to think
did-
about that.
so did-
He had to think about
I'm
gotta
that.
make
assuming
sure I
did,
spelled
did
it right.
everybody watch Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You're doing a better job than the
Yeah.
mayor. The mayor didn't spell Eagles.
Were you guys
Yes.
rooting for any certain teams or what?
I was rooting for the game to be over because I didn't really care for either team.
Hey, listen, were the Eagles that big of a... They were an underdog? That big? 'Cause
Yeah,
They were like a plus 110.
yeah.
Because I saw Giordani and his guys put like... One of them put 1.1 million on the Eagles
Damn,
to win like 2-point-something mil.
damn.
I will say anybody that spanks Patrick Mahomes the way the Eagles did, I'm a new, I wouldn't say fan, but hey man, props to Jalen
Why the
Hurts.
hate? Why the hate for the Chiefs? I don't get it.
Because they were good all season?
Well,
They're good.
Look, it's
I'm not hating.
it's debatable, but I mean, if you watch a lot of the games, there's a lot of like bullshit roughing the passer penalties and stuff like that. Okay, whenever you're a quarterback that runs out of the pocket and goes into traffic and does all these things, oh, and then at the last second you slide. No, now we're supposed to treat you like a quarterback. No, motherfucker, you're running like a running back a second ago. That's how I feel about it, man. Those
Where's your drink?
I
unnecessary
just want this on
roughness
the rocks.
penalties whenever you hit him too hard.
Not good.
Oh, you're too close to his head.
got the
Like
cups?
the preferential treatment. That's why.
Oh, shit.
You asked, nobody listens, but I said it anyway.
So is that any different than what like Tom Brady was getting?
Yeah, can you give me some
Is he like-
ice?
no,
I gotta take
he's,
some out of my
he's the
pocket.
new Brady. And hey, man, all indicators are
Actually,
he's
2
going to
ices.
surpass Brady. Like he's going to be the greatest quarterback that ever played the game.
I think now
Pat
because
Mahomes.
he was in this GOAT talk up until this Super Bowl. Look, you win 3 in a row. He's not the greatest of all time, but I think when
He's on pace to do those things.
I think he's pushing himself in the top 10 already. Like he's already
Certainly.
in top 10. I think he may be getting close to the top 5 with just if he can at his age. He's not even 30 yet, right?
Yep. No.
That's insane. That's insane. It was really great. Obviously, the big news coming out of Super Bowl weekend was Kendrick Lamar versus Champagne Poppy.
Bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum.
We think.
So first, what'd you guys think of the halftime show?
I love SZA.
Not a big
Diego?
fan.
You're not a fan of SZA?
Why?
I mean,
Of the show itself. Why
On
is
the
that?
rocks, Diego.
We're not the target. We're not the target demo. I don't think.
Yeah,
Hey,
wasn't popping.
he did
I
a
liked
great
it.
job. Yeah,
I thought it was fun.
I thought it was better.
All
Hey,
those
listen,
things,
I
all
thought
those
it was
things.
better than Beyonce in Houston.
Okay.
I couldn't
Yeah.
disagree.
Yeah.
Couldn't disagree for sure.
Yeah.
And everybody went
ape.
apeshit crazy for that.
I did think it was funny to hear the old whites get upset about
Yeah.
this isn't my Super Bowl
Yeah,
halftime show.
all that, dude. It's funny to see people get like outraged because there's a rap guy,
It's
and,
so-
and you got Samuel L. Jackson doing commentary, kind of
I
saying
loved
exactly
it.
what was
When
going to be coming
Uncle
from.
Sam came
Yes.
out, that was so
And he's like,
cool.
oh, this is too ghetto. Calm it
Yeah.
down. Like all the things you knew that were going to be coming out of the.
So I really I loved.
I mean, Kendrick Lamar's from Compton.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
I mean, look, Kendrick Lamar.
That's his
to
vibe.
me, he's one of the top
on the
rappers
rocks.
of
On the
his
rocks.
generation.
yeah, for sure.
And
Tastes good.
I realize that most older guys our age probably aren't that interested in Kendrick Lamar, but you know what? His shit's good.
It is, man. It is, man. That beat is so catchy. It's been stuck in my head since Super Bowl Sunday.
Has there been a more petty moment than him looking at the camera?
Say Drake.
With the little A
Like,
minor.
You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
loved-
And then whenever he delivered like a true showman, whenever he finally gave us that moment we were
Yeah.
all waiting on, looked right into the camera, straight to Drake's soul.
And you
delivered
gotta
the bars.
love.
They just need to. They need to fight.
They should.
They should.
Fury 105.
You're appreciative of like a good storyline, and that whole time he would stop and the beat would drop for a little bit. And he'd be like, "Oh, maybe we're not going." Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
the
Not
little
yet.
teaser.
Have you seen Drake hit pads?
Oh, it's bad.
Fucking awful.
It's bad.
I mean, he throws from grandma's house on every punch.
So one thing I
Every punch.
I did have a question about this. So we all saw Serena Williams,
Mm-hmm.
Drake's ex, in there.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
I
they
didn't
were
know that
ever a
either.
thing.
I didn't
So evidently Drake had been to heaven because Serena, like, damn.
Serena's this generation's Faith Evans.
Oh my gosh.
Tupac and Biggie.
She was, you're right. But prime Serena was prime. So, but here's my question. She's married now. Your husband, if you're sitting there and your wife comes to you and says, hey, I want to go and troll my ex at the Super Bowl, I'd be like, bitch, why is he in your head still?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
It's kinda how
What
I
are we
feel about it,
doing?
probably.
I don't think I'd have been cool with that.
I mean,
I agree.
who's her husband?
I don't know.
There you go.
I don't think he's a bigger star than her.
There you go.
I'm
There
sure,
you go.
Hey,
Yeah, all
hey,
right,
I'm,
all right.
I'm sure he's not some Joe Schmo sitting on the couch
So then
making
it's
money off of
hilarious.
her.
Hey, listen,
I'm
so
sure
then
he's
it
doing
so,
well
so then it
for
comes
himself,
with the
whoever he
territory.
is.
It comes with the territory, right? Listen, that's like you starting to date Kim Kardashian
All right. Okay.
Okay.
after her and Kanye are done.
Right.
They'll be like, who the fuck is Rich?
Well, that's yeah, they might. That's one way of looking at it. I don't know. Are we? I don't think our shit went live. Let me check this real quick.
Let me check. Hold on.
Check that. Check that little
Say, Diego,
camera right
just
there.
hold your
posted
feet
that?
is down.
Sugar
Shane
cane?
Keefe.
All right, Keith.
Does it say live?
Yes.
It does.
Yep. Shows 8 people on it.
Hey, all right.
What is this one or
Instagram.
Up from 7.
yes, 8,
Let me see.
9 now.
Oh, man. Nice flip flops.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Toe
Great
Hold.
marketing.
Good
Great
God
marketing from
almighty.
Toe Hold.
Says live.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
says, but it's not saying live here. I need to figure out why it's not doing.
Refresh your piece of shit.
Live. I
These
will.
flip flops are live.
Yeah.
Shout out to AG Toe Hold Flip Flops. Not a sponsor. Of the
Oh,
show.
another. Hey, dude, I love this. When you pull up and you just start scrolling, you see nothing but Fury shit.
Yeah, that's a fun feeling.
That's a great feeling. Those posters are nice.
Yeah, they came out really good. Shout out to Hassan. That's actually, I think, one of our better designs.
Yeah.
In the last few years. That's a
Looks
really
like
good design.
you remember No Holds Barred?
Our logo still needs to be bigger.
Yeah.
That logo is so small and you can't read the
Yeah.
fighting championship under there.
Furry.
It needs to be a little bigger, man. There's a lot of
Furry.
dead space here. We could expand our logo, make it a little bigger. Just saying, just a little
A little
Consult.
graphic design consultation
Just a little
service
consult,
there
that's all.
for.
free of charge. Do with it what you will. 9 years. She just made 9 years.
9 years
Yeah,
with
she-
Rule Design. Shout out. To,
Shout out Hosanna Rule.
Did she?
Yeah.
She celebrated her 9th year.
Almost a decade working for yourself, doing your own thing. That's awesome. Love to see it. Hit up at
Hopefully one day for me.
iRollDesigns.com, I believe.
Hopefully one day.
One day what, Diego? What are you trying to do? You trying to do graphic design?
No.
Add that to
Hey,
his list
listen.
of responsibilities
Diego?
on fight day.
It can't start until you make the jump.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're right.
What's
Once
Steve
you make
Harvey
the jump,
say?
that's a nice truck.
What's Steve Harvey say?
I was
You
looking at
got to jump. You got to make the jump.
Once you make the jump,
You got to believe in yourself and make that
that's
jump.
when it happens.
Gasoline though.
Nah,
I
gotta have
can't
diesel.
be doing gasoline.
What is that? A 250? Mm-hmm. Yeah, diesel, bro. You gotta
I
go
know,
with
I mean, you
diesel.
can't do
I gotta
gasoline.
get another truck. I
If
can't
not
get
in that
250.
size.
Not a 250 like that.
Hey,
My
man.
buddy drives one
So-
daily, like this exact truck with the. He's like, I get
You can
9,
do- yeah,
10
you
miles a
gotta
gallon.
Get a dually, bro.
Is it diesel
No.
for the status or just because you have the for the muscle? As far as
I think if you have a dually or a 250, you gotta have, I think, a diesel.
I like having a truck. When I have a truck that big, like I want it to last for a long time. I don't worry about those diesel motors, man. You get into as long as you keep them up
Yeah.
with them, they're fine. Yeah,
I
that's
take
not
mine
bad.
in every 3 months.
Yeah.
Do everything.
Now, I
to it.
will say, like, my last 3 trucks, I've had, shout out to Patterson Dodge out there in Marshall, Texas.
They're not a
Richard-
sponsor.
Richard, I know they're not. But
Trying to get
listen,
that discount.
Hey, I need you to cut this piece so I can send it to them too. I got my last 3 trucks in those guys, and I've had Ram 1500s with the 5.7.
Those are the ones that are always in the shop getting fixed.
Dodge.
My truck's never in the shop outside of getting hit by something. But like that truck's 2 years old. I got 90,000 miles on it already.
Whenever you want me
Hey.
to come and hook your shit up to the back of mine, I'll pull that bitch all over
Lord.
the city. Because that 350 I got on
I'm telling you, I'm
15,000 pounds it'll pull.
I'm gonna go out to Patterson, come back with a 2500, drag your shit.
Nah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I'm choking on my drink. All right, so the Super
taste
Bowl.
mine.
No,
Taste it.
It's water.
it's pure vodka.
There you go, brother.
Pure vodka.
Yeah.
Diego's over there. We already had our Warbringer whiskey this morning.
All right.
Getting our vodka on. All right, fellas. So I sent out some notes for us to look at. I know nobody looked at our show notes.
I did.
I respect that, guys.
We got those 2 hours ago, guys. What the fuck?
Hey, so Fury 101.
Have it all memorized.
5 straight finishes to open the card. What a fucking card that was.
Dude, who thought we were gonna be at Gillies till 12?
Yeah, all of
I
us.
thought we were going to be there pretty late, man.
I thought we'd have swing fights.
Nobody has better fucking pacing than Fury FC.
Shout out to the 2 fights that fell off on fight day.
That did help.
Yeah, but we still ended up with like 19 or some shit, right?
18.
Yeah,
Okay.
18.
18 fights.
18 fights. We got
Nobody
them
has
all in.
better fucking pacing.
We got through 10 of our fights in our prelim time. So we made it through all of our prelims.
That's awesome.
10 prelims in 2 hours.
And then 5 straight finishes. Now, the last 3 fights were exciting fights, but they all went the distance. But 5 straight finishes to open the card.
And they were fixed, and the guys hit their times. So that also helps.
They hit their cues.
Eric's the Vince McMahon over here.
Yeah, they hit their cues.
Go
over
home,
there.
fellas.
But it was a crazy good card to start off with.
Gave some cash bonuses.
Oh, hey, shout out to Warbringer Whiskey sending us cash money.
Hey, talk about
Shout
cock
out
of the
to the
walk.
boys.
The big beast of bourbon don't play around, man. They put their money where their mouth is.
Not playing around at all. And know who else was not playing around? Anna Crutchfield opening up the show. First of all, I thought the head kick ended the fight.
Yeah, it was that close.
That Blanca, I'm saying it right? Is it Blanca? Yeah,
Yeah, Blanca Medina.
Fuck, she is tough. Because
Yeah.
she took a head kick and got back up. Now, it wasn't good when she got back
You knew
up.
she was in trouble. You knew she was in trouble.
Right. Got back up, and then, man, Anna Crutchfield was showing a lot of power at 115 pounds. This moves her up to 4-1 now, 115-pound division.
First round knockout, 3 minutes 28.
What are we thinking's next?
For her? I mean, what about Andrea Amaro?
Now, you and I have talked a little bit about like women's MMA.
Maliha.
Like
a different weight class.
expectations are like what's
35?
about
20,
what's
25.
needed to be able to get to something like a title fight is a little different.
Yeah.
But when you start talking about Andrea Amaro and Anna Crutchfield, I mean, we're talking 2 of the top 115ers in the nation. And it's not like, in the men's division, you've got to get 8-9 wins before we're going to look at you for a title.
Right.
I mean, these 2, we very well could put them out there for that 115-pound title. And justifiably, I wouldn't doubt whoever wins gets picked up.
I have somebody already, I think, set for Andrea for April, though, for a main event. It's going to possibly be our first time main eventing 2 females on a card.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. Up next, we have John Garza with a knockout 17 seconds into the second round.
Boom. Down goes El Chingon.
Man, hey, look, that's a big feather in your cap. Armando Zuniga is tough.
Yeah, he was 3-1 going into that one, man.
Yeah, and so I admittedly had not watched all of. I think that was the first time I've seen Garza fight. I want to say I looked at one of his videos, and I want to say it was a loss when I had looked into. I want to say it was a Gilbert Millara video, and I was like, okay, his boxing was crisp. He looked tough. Got out there and got the job done. And then up next, was this the knockout of the night? I had this down as the knockout of the night. Steven Orozco with the spinning heel kick to Cameron Cash 20 seconds into the first round. Or is it 4:40?
4:40.
20 seconds left.
20 seconds left.
Of the in
That's
the
where you're
first
going.
round.
I
Yeah.
was getting there. I was processing it. 20 seconds. Yeah, it went a little bit longer than that. Yeah, almost made it out of the first round. 4:40, round 1. Knockout for the Rockefeller, Steven Orozco over Cameron Cash, who drops to 3-3 after that one.
Orozco puts himself into the upper division of our prospect list at 5-2.
5-2 now, yeah.
At 5-2, he's now becomes a pretty serious prospect for us at Fury. He's fun to watch. He's got a little bit of an edge to him when you're speaking with him, and he's. One of the things he shared on his show notes for our commentary team before at fight was like he's been kicked out of every gym he's ever been in.
So he started his own, or what?
I don't know, including Fortis. He's like, he's been kicked out of everywhere.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if that's necessarily a positive, but he has definitely turned it into a positive for his career.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do, man?
It's hard to argue with the results right now. So congratulations to Steven. He also picked up a cash bonus from Warbringer Whiskey. And then, was this the upset of the night? Hannah Schmidt defeated Mila Hill. It's hard to say
crazy.
upset when it's two debuts.
Two pro debuts. I mean, it's hard to call it an upset, but there were a lot of people there to see Mila Hill win,
including Grant.
including Papa Grant Hill, 90s basketball icon. I was happy to see him there, man. I was thrilled to see Grant Hill in the crowd at table number 33, no less. But yeah, man.
That was a great idea.
Hannah Schmidt finishing the fight 324 in the first round. Tap out with a guillotine.
She had to battle through some adversity in that fight. Mila had her a few different times in positions where it looked like Mila was going to pick up the submission when she had her back at a moment. She had a guillotine.
She came
Yeah.
out firing too, huh?
That guillotine she had looked pretty sick.
Mila came out running with like a flying knee attempt to start the fight. I loved the aggression, seeing it from Mila, but Hannah Schmidt battled through, picks up the submission choke. And then you move on to Cody Freeman and Shane Torres, two veterans at 145 pounds. Both of them are solid grapplers. Shane Torres is a black belt with some pretty good grappling credentials. And Cody Freeman, was it 40 seconds in the first round?
Yeah, 40 seconds, round one. They called it a Darce, but I think he was calling it anaconda.
It was an anaconda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an anaconda choke. And for those who don't know, anytime you're looking at Darce and anaconda, if the choking arm is hitting the side of the neck, that's an anaconda. Wrong. If it's coming from underneath the arm, that's a Darce choke. Or Bravo, depending on like
What you call it?
who you're hanging out with that day. But Cody Freeman picking up the quick submission victory.
What were me and you looking at the other day, and it said somebody win by clock choke, and we were like,
Oh yeah, it was somebody's. I forget somebody's fight. It was like won by clock choke.
Is it MMA, right?
We're like, how the fuck? How? Just fall to your back, dude. What are you doing? You're not even in a gi, bro. Like,
you know,
the
I gotta go
no-gi,
find that.
the no-gi clock choke is
Chalk cloak?
so uncommon. It's so uncommon, and you got pretty easy to defend, right? Like especially it just fucking fall down to one side if you have to.
They're not holding nothing.
I mean, you've got to hold the far arm. That's it.
Yeah.
That's impressive if you picked up a clock choke. Like that's cool. I'm assuming it was
More impressive than a twister
I think so.
in MMA. I mean,
I think I can only assume someone labeled that incorrectly, called it incorrectly. But who knows? I'll have to go and check it out. Kevin Rosas defeated Josh Thomas. Man, props to Josh Thomas stepping
tough
up.
fight for both
Was it a
guys.
week's notice?
Yeah.
Week's notice for Josh Thomas. Tough fight for both guys in a fight that I'll be honest, going back and watching the fight, I don't necessarily think that Josh lost that fight. Like when you go back and watch it, he was surprisingly effective on the feet.
he should have not wrestled.
It was
That's
close
where-
on all the cards.
That's where
29-28.
the fight went closer when he started wrestling. Had he kept it standing, I think he was doing better.
He looked great on the feet.
Yeah.
That's the best he's looked on the feet.
I was a little surprised to see it unanimous for Rosas.
I didn't think it was definitely a unanimous decision. Looking at it overall, I could see why you could give it to Kevin. He had a lot of exchanges on the ground where he was in the dominant position. But I just overall looking at it as a fight in total, I could see why you gave it to Rosas. I personally had it for Josh watching that fight. And then Umran Mansurov and Pena Alamov went to a majority draw
Why? Because he lost the point.
Yep.
because he lost the point.
Umran had that fight in the bag. He lost the point.
What do you think about that deduction?
I thought it was justified.
The issue is there's a language barrier there. That kid don't speak English, and neither did his coach.
Yeah.
But I mean,
You're not supposed to grab the cage
You should know that.
repeatedly. And when the ref is like
It's with his
slapping
foot.
your hands off, he grabbed it with his hands twice and with his foot once.
so I know he's saying that, but there was no like stand him up, separate. Normally you stand him up, separate him, and give him a warning, right?
Yeah.
Give him a warning, and then you say no more. And then the next time you got to stop him, stand him up, then it's
He
take a
probably
point.
should have warned him and,
Well-
and done all that sooner. But I mean, by like the third time he's doing it, I kind of felt like
It's
he had it up
funny
a point.
because
But-
we say that, but they also tell you in the back, this is your final warning.
Yeah.
When you speak English.
Well, I mean, Is it?
Look,
Bring a
man, you
translator,
can
dude.
lean
Like, I
on the
don't-
language
That's supposed to
barrier.
be for us. Are we supposed to provide a fucking translator?
No, if
now
you know
that
you
speaks 20 languages.
No, if you don't speak English, you know you need to bring somebody with you who does.
Okay, well let me ask you this. So he was in a dominant position when they stood him up, right?
Pena was on top.
Yeah, Pena was on top.
And that's why they went back down. Pena asked for it to be back
Okay,
down.
so the argument is you don't take a point and put
Yeah.
them back. So they should have started them standing. So not only did they take a point from the kid, but they put Pena back on top of him.
All right, send your complaints to TDLR. Referee was Don Turnage.
I don't know how I feel about that. I wouldn't want to lose the position. I wouldn't want my fighter to lose the position.
They shouldn't have took a point from the kid then. I don't think you can. I don't think you can, or I don't think you. If you can, you shouldn't.
Well,
but I'm pretty
clearly
sure
they can because they did.
Well, Texas does what the fuck they want.
Yeah,
obviously
true.
we've seen bullshit.
True.
But I want to say if they take a point from you, like in the UFC, you start back in a neutral position, right?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
I think it comes down
That's a
to
fair
ref's
point.
discretion, and I think I could, from a coaching aspect, if I'm on Pena's team, yeah, man, I want that. If I'm Mansorov's coach, you just double fucking jeopardize. Like, dude, you penalize me with a point and you put my guy back on bottom.
Right.
Yeah, I could definitely see. I wonder. I don't know. I know who's going to message me by the time this comes out. Ryan Thompson will send me a message and let me know exactly what. Ryan,
Shout out to the homie Ryan Thompson.
Hey, that dude. That between him and Jeff Rexroad, they've got all the rules down all
Yeah,
the time. Let us know. Let us know. All right. I mean, anonymously, send that to me. And then Otari Tanzalov and Guillermo Torres went down in our main event.
What does he move to 10-1?
He moves to 10-1. His only loss coming on Contender Series. I don't mean to be the Debbie Downer. in this
Unanimous
situation.
decision for.
I didn't look like he tried to finish the fight. Now, Guillermo Torres is extremely fucking tough.
He did not try and wrestle though.
Guillermo? No,
Otari.
no.
Otari
He kept
wanted
on
to
the feet,
bang.
stayed there, yeah.
He was throwing,
couldn't
man.
wrestle Guillermo. Guillermo's a London Olympics wrestler.
Well, most of these guys that have the same last name as Otari
Right.
are very wrestling heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
This kid wants to fight.
And when you look at Otari's record, like he has a lot of finish. He has 7 finishes of his 10 victories. He only
What
has
are
3.
Torres' wrestling credentials?
Dude,
London?
he wrestled in the 2012 London Olympics.
2012.
Yeah. Now listen, he was the number 16 guy. Like he didn't like win a match. But
We're not talking Kurt Angle here.
but he represented Mexico.
Okay.
He represented Mexico. Represented Mexico in wrestling at the London Olympics.
How many people in Mexico?
20 billion. I don't know.
No,
like,
it's
listen.
10. Half of them are over here
No,
now.
Mexico.
Oh.
I don't know the history of Mexico's wrestling traditions, guys. I don't know. They could be amazing Aztec wrestlers. I don't know.
Chavo and Hector Guerrero were like the 2 greatest Mexican wrestlers there.
On paper,
Rey Mysterio.
on
He's like third. He's like
Rey Mysterio.
arguably the greatest
Where do
of
you
all
put
time.
Vampiro then?
He's Canadian.
Yeah,
Where do you put Tito Santana?
But he's a lucha guy. Tito Santana.
Oh man.
Is Rick Martel?
Hey, Rick
Yeah, Rick
Martel.
Martel's Canadian.
too.
Vampiro and
Tito
Rick
Santana,
Martel are
what?
Canadian.
Yeah. Diego just woke up for Tito Santana. Look, Guillermo Torres on paper was the better wrestler.
Yeah.
Otari, where he has finished a lot of people.
He shot for a lot of takedowns, but I don't feel like it was very effective.
They weren't. I just didn't see. I didn't see the attempt to really put him away. Now, don't get me wrong. He was cracking Guillermo.
Yeah, he was.
But it seemed like with just a little bit more effort, he could have finished this fight.
I would have liked. Neither one of them wanted a 5-round fight after the short notice change.
Sure.
I think it would have benefited Otari to have a 5-round
lot.
fight, and I bet you he regrets it. It is what it is. He picked up the W.
Picked up the W. That wraps up Fury 101. What a fun card in Dallas, man. I really like Gillies.
Yeah, man.
That's a fun venue, man.
Gillies is fun.
Dallas has worked its way
I gotta
like
say, yeah,
into
I
that
agree.
home away from
I don't
home
like
feeling.
Kind of like San Antonio.
You don't like driving
That's,
out there?
that's where I was going with that. Yeah.
But I enjoy the venue though.
The venue itself
It's
is
the,
great.
it's the same drive as San Antonio. It's about 3 hours.
Not from where
Not
I'm-
for my man. Him is like 5.5 hours.
For you, San Antonio's closer, way closer.
San Antonio's closer for me. Dallas is like about 4.5 hours from me.
See, so your drive to
Y'all should move
Dallas,
to Tomball.
your drive to Dallas is our drive to San Antonio. Well, Wayne's right in the middle of both.
Good.
But your drive to Dallas is my drive to San Antonio.
Good. You deserve it.
Because I'm further out. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I get to fly to San Antonio this time. I'm not driving.
Damn.
First class flights.
Oh well, you know.
First class.
That's what I do, baby. That's what I do.
Ball. I almost got it because I'm starting off the year with some good flights. I was like, damn, I should fly to San Antonio.
They sent me a thing to upgrade to Premier 1K to buy it.
Did you get it?
I'm going to.
Damn, I didn't get anything for mine.
I'm going to.
What'd you get that today?
No, like last week.
Damn, I didn't get nothing.
Yeah.
We're a bunch of dickheads. Yeah, Gillies has turned into a really fun. We used the big card. I mean, the big cage.
It was great, right?
It looked awesome.
Yeah. It was great.
Awesome. It was the first time we've used the big cage, and we were worried about spacing.
There was still good.
Plenty of spacing. Our tables worked out great. Dallas has really turned into another good, solid spot for us where they really support. It was
Jib
fun
looked
to
good.
see. Jib looked good. Except for those dumbass jib shots at the beginning of the night. Whoever was doing that, it was driving
Tuesday.
over the top of the guys.
Oh yeah.
What a bunch of dickheads, man. I can check my emails.
And they sent me this, too.
What do they send you?
Well,
Talk amongst yourselves.
while Eric and Rich go through Eric's
what
porn
a bunch of
collection on his phone
dickheads.
over here.
More PQP for being valued.
You know what? Hey, screenshot
Valued.
that and send it to me so
Which
I can. Both of them, because I'm gonna call and be like, hey, where's my shit? You giving my boy shit? Where's
Say I
mine?
travel with this fucker every day.
All right. So,
You know I was gonna
look
say-
who's walking in the
And
door right
United
now.
is going to say, who cares?
Aswell
no
and
thanks.
Chapman walking in.
Oh, shit.
All right. So up next on the show,
What's
what was up next?
Where are you trying to segue to, Rich?
5 straight finishes.
I was
Hey,
thinking, it's probably going to be like, a sponsor break or something, but nah, the Texas Kid and
Boys
and
just
Terrance
walking in,
Chapman are
man.
going to hijack the show real quick
see you,
here.
man. All right. So far in the month of
What's up, boy?
February,
You doing all right, man?
we're already 2 cards into February. We got 1 more card left for San Antonio. What fighters impressed you guys the most so far in February?
In February?
Yeah.
We've only had 1 card.
We had 2
I know,
cards.
goddamn.
2 cards. We had
We had an
we
amateur
had the
card.
amateur card, and then we had this card.
Okay, well, the amateur card is a distant memory in my mind now, so I'd have to go back and watch some footage. I'm going to Steven Orozco, man.
Yeah. Look, I mean, my personal bias wants me to choose Devin.
Oh yeah, that did happen too. Congratulations,
Like,
Devin.
yeah,
There's
that's just
second
my
place.
own personal.
And I'm going to
bias.
go with Anna Crutchfield.
That's either Anna Crutchfield or Steven Orozco has got to be the pick for me.
And I say Anna Crutchfield or Mowgli.
Only reason I don't say Jorge is he has not had a title fight yet, and he chose to go get one somewhere else instead of taking a harder fight with us.
What?
But hey, that's neither
another
here
story.
nor there.
That's another
I
story.
wish him the best of luck in his
best of
career
luck to him.
as
Yeah.
he moves forward. Because huh? What does that mean at 2-0? Come on.
Give
Let's be.
us
I mean,
the
let's
title.
let's
Hey,
be
can you get
honest.
a mic? Pointed mic. Give us the title. Do you think this is WWE? We don't give out titles here. You got to earn titles, sir.
You got. I mean,
y'all giving titles to worse. So
do you, at 2-0?
This fucking guy, man. Diego, why'd you give him your spot? This
I would say,
asshole.
hey, listen.
who
Hey,
you
hey,
offer? Who you
he's not even a
offering?
Texas kid. He's from Louisiana, man. This fucking
What is
guy.
next? If he won, would his next fight be for the title?
If he'd won his next fight, yeah, probably.
I think we offered him a 2-1 guy.
Yeah.
We
2-1
offered him a
guy,
2-1
and
guy.
If either one of those guys had won, they'd be in line for the title.
So if he beats this guy, there's nothing for him, or he can't even come back.
If he goes and beats, I mean, it doesn't mean anything for us.
Okay.
Like you're going
Brutal
to
blast,
I think he's
beast,
fighting a
cheers
guy
from
without a
Chile,
win.
cheers right back at you.
I don't know.
Oh well, yeah, because it's
Live on the IG
kickboxing
feed.
Technically, yeah,
I mean, it is.
guess
It
so.
is. I mean, on our end,
Right.
And I'm going to use you as an example
For sure.
And whether people like it or love it, I really don't.
So
give a
Rich
shit.
does. He uses you
You
for examples.
have been extremely loyal from day one. And no matter what you were offered or what you were told you could go do, you had offers to go do other shit some other times.
LFA reached out to him.
Yeah.
And what did he say?
Right.
Suck
No
pee.
thanks.
Suck
Hey,
nuts.
he
Suck
said-
pee-pee.
Oh, he said no. Hey, he said no thanks.
And
He
I
said
think-
no thanks.
Well, they
And
offered me the title.
I think
God
you
damn,
can.
pal.
I think you can say that like we definitely along the way made sure that we were trying to put you in the right spot at all times. Because our number one goal is, we only have one goal, it's to get you to the UFC. That's it.
That's it, man.
That's the
our
only
goal for
we
everybody.
have for every fighter. Even when you were an amateur, it was putting you in the right situation with the right fights to get you where you needed to be. So when teammates even the guys at my gym have asked me, hey, can I listen, there's a difference in going somewhere just to have a fight to pick up a belt versus having people who are trying to guide your career to get you where you need to be. And for us, we take it personal. Like, it's very, very personal. So when someone is like, oh, I'm going to go over here and fight instead, we'll go do that, and you run with them and see where they get you. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's like for y'all, it's long term.
Yeah.
And for some of these fighters that, we don't think long term, they think, I want to fight.
But there's no money. There's no money involved though.
Right,
at
and
that
I
point.
think
You've been
that's where it gets
involved
a
in
little
Fury
weird.
for a long time, and what Fury is now is different than what it was even whenever
when you started. Let's be real. Let's be real.
No,
So I mean,
100%. I say
it's
that all the time.
it's we're about helping you build your brand and getting you to the next level, getting you to the UFC. Whereas I mean, back early in your Fury tenure, maybe it wouldn't have been as big of a deal to go and get some exposure somewhere else, get some wins somewhere else, whatever. But now we can get you the fights you need. We can bring them here and build you from amateur to the next level. So why would you want to go anywhere else?
No, I mean, I agree. Like, if it was back in the day, where y'all are starting up, and then it kind of
different.
gets a little.
I get that.
Then it's like, okay, let's go get a fight here. But if y'all had a fight lined up for him, ready to go soonish, then
Offers were made, already sent.
Not my decision. Not,
Sure.
It's all good,
and this is more
all
of
good.
us just like you just happen to walk in as
Yeah.
we're moving to this
It's
shit.
all good, bro.
And y'all brought him up, so I'm like, I'll be honest.
And y'all crashed our podcast.
And I
so-
want to make sure I want to make sure people listening understand what I'm saying too.
And I got love for George,
I'm
so
not
nobody
saying,
don't misinterpret
don't go
that.
fight other places. There's plenty of other options for you, and if you like those other promotions,
If you like
then
shit,
go.
it's okay. I'm just playing.
If you like,
I'm just playing.
If you
I'm
like,
just playing, man.
If you
Eric
like
should straight
other
vodka.
promotions, if you like other
It's
promotions,
all good, bro.
That's fine and fair.
Yeah.
But don't expect us that didn't have a high priority for you when you didn't have a high priority for us.
For sure, 100%.
So when it comes down
Do
to
your
like,
thing.
I hope all the other promoter, hey, if you're listening or someone's telling you about the shit I said it, but also. Like, I want nothing but the best for we talk about this all the time because the other promotions, the better they do, it shows even better how fucking we are, and people pay more to come to our show. For sure. So, I hope everybody kills it. All the other promotions in Texas. I don't give a
Hey,
fuck.
real quick, shout out Mike B.
Mike Bronzoulis, bringing it,
You see
coming
that?
back, doing. Yeah, he announced he's putting a card together.
Mike Bronzoulis is starting his promotion.
Awesome. I love it.
Good for
I
him.
think people like
About to get you a streaming
get
gig.
confused between having like competition and just like in general growing the sport. Man, I want to see the sport grow. I want to see the sport grow. And also like if you do better than us, cool. Now I got something to run after. Because I tell you now, we'll outwork and pace everybody when it comes to like how hard we're going to work, how many shows we're going to do, how often we're going to do them. So again, loyalty means a lot. A lot, man.
I think, but having you and Van in the gym who found the way, like, dude, it's an easy ass fucking follow.
Yeah.
For your whole team.
Yeah,
For your whole
and
team.
it's not on him either. I know there's
No, of course not.
discussions, too,
Of
and,
course not.
He's doing. Where,
course not.
Where the people that are telling him to do.
And these guys are
feel
young,
what's
bro.
best. And that's the thing.
These
and
guys
I-
are young.
And I think at the end of the day, he wants to get Matt Timer just wants to get experience.
Sure.
And, and maybe for me the only downfall is that I didn't fight anywhere else. All I fought was in Houston in Fury. So
On the
maybe
plus side, you didn't need to.
No, for sure, and it worked out for me, right? But for some people, they
Worked
go,
for Van, too.
Some people
Work for
they
Cody
go-
Steele as well.
Some people that go out, they fight elsewhere. They fight.
Yeah,
they've
you can.
never been, and it gets a little weird. So
Yeah.
I guess having that experience, but like I said, if it was my ride, right, I would say go Fury, stay Fury. Y'all care about these people. Y'all want to help. Everyone succeed and get to where they want to get to, because right, that's y'all end goal.
The
Right?
frustrating-
That's what I would say. But I know the situation is a little different. And if it's home,
Man, the frustrating part on this side of it, it's when they come back. It's when they come back, hey, can you get me a fight? You just ran and fought for somebody else when I had you a fight. Like, I was ready to work with you.
And
but you wanted to go
that
that
and
far.
listen, I'll be honest, but he takes it a lot more personal than I do, and that's
I do.
okay.
I do.
And that's all right. That's what I got him for.
I do.
That's
I
why
do,
he's here.
man. Like,
Yeah.
He takes it personal, man.
because it matters. Like, it matters what we do because
you
it
care
isn't-
about the job you do, and that's how you
and
feel
I
whenever
think
you do a good job.
and part of that is because he's worked for LFA, who's the other biggest promoter. You know?
Legacy.
He worked for
Real
Legacy. Well, he worked for LFA as well.
Briefly, but then jump ship and
There you go.
It just again, like, we will do everything we can to respect and put you in the right place, but it's got to be mutual. It's got to be mutual. And when it's not, like I said, I wish him the best. And I hope my words aren't coming across. I don't want him to lose. I want the kid to go fucking kick ass, get a title win. That's great. But also that moves you down the list of priority for us. So you probably want, if you did try to come back, you want to fight for later in the year. Now, again, he's got other options, and that's great that he has other options. Like, go out there and do those. I'm not saying you can never come back. That's not what I'm saying. But, like, have some loyalty, man. Let's be loyal. Let's work together. Let's build this shit up.
My boy Peter's starting a promotion
is
as well.
Yeah.
Tapper Scrap.
Your boy Frank's one of the matches. That's awesome. We literally, I sent Peter a message. That's fucking great. I even sent Frank a message. Hey, congratulations on your new deal.
But they're other promoters. You guys don't hate them?
No.
Peter's my boy.
No, not at all.
Peter and Frank, too.
Yeah, I was trying to get Frank on with y'all, but, it didn't work out.
Yeah, well, we don't need help, dog.
Not a spot at the table. Hey, that'd be awesome, dude. How cool would that be? Like, if we.
You want him to take Wayne's job?
I'm sure.
Hey.
Wayne just announced it.
Hey, Frank.
I'm just trying to help y'all make some fights.
Can you announce?
Big dog Eric ain't got time to make fights no more.
Shit.
Eric out and about, bro.
We're booked up until what? June?
He's leaving. Making
We're
Rich
booked
do,
up.
Making Rich do all the matchmaking.
We're booking up till June.
I only have dates through March, so
we're
shoot
booked
me
up.
some more dates.
I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to grow Fury. That's all I want too. Is I want Fury to grow because I appreciate what y'all have done for me. And I just want to see y'all succeed. If you are succeeding, we're all succeeding. I feel like, and once I get
rising tides raise all ships.
There you go.
And once I get my opportunity, I want to praise y'all and thank you.
Give my shout out, dog.
That's all. I'm
That's
waiting
all I
for
want.
it, bro.
That's all I want.
I'm waiting to get that.
Hey, when you're in that octagon, give your post-win fight speech. I want you to tell Bruce Buffer he ain't shit.
Oh yeah.
Wayne and Fury.
Oh, see, we can stop.
Your own words.
Yeah,
your own words,
yeah.
of course. I don't want to tell you what to say, but
I'm sure I'll tell Bruce that.
I kid. I love.
Go
Bruce
drink some
Buffer.
vodka. Let my boy sit.
Yeah, y'all good.
If I can retire already,
Appreciate
we
it, dog.
appreciate you, my man.
We gotta go play some blackjack.
Come on.
Appreciate you, bro.
Jeez. He said he'll take all your money.
March. I'm actually coming to Vegas now.
Texas kid, Michael Aswell. Thanks for
We'll be out
stopping
there.
by.
You gonna be out there for the invitational?
Oh yeah, my girlfriend's birthday.
Shout out Terrance Chapman.
We're out there 4 to
Fighting
8
next
or
week in
something.
San Antonio. I'm sure we'll
Four
talk
to
more about his fight.
Are you
on
training
this
out there?
podcast.
Because I'm gonna bring Devin and Josh Leomana gonna come out too to go to Syndicate in a few days. Let me know where we go.
Come get. Let Terrance go get a prediction real quick for next week. What you gonna do next week, T?
Who are you fighting? They haven't given me the card. I have no idea what's going on.
He's fighting Thumper.
He's no idea. He said, I don't know.
He's fighting Thumper.
He just said yes. That's all. You sent him a contract. He signs. I don't care. I don't know
Thumper
whose name's on
Prito.
there. Thumper what?
Thumper Prito.
Thumper Prito.
You gonna say
Why do you laugh at that?
like
He
Derek
said it.
Lewis? I'ma bang that ass up.
Full time, for real.
Yeah, debuting Eric Prito.
Hey, that dude's a boxer though.
Well, that's good.
He's a boxer.
Tell us.
He wants to box.
Hey, so in your perfect world of how next week goes, like, how would you want it to go?
Same way they all been going, first round finish.
There you go, baby.
That's probably how it's gonna go, actually.
How's your camp been?
Cake.
Flawless.
Yeah.
You got plans to move down into 205 or no?
Yeah, I want to, but the fastest route right now is probably heavyweight. So
I would agree.
I think so
probably just
too,
take our
man.
chances there. Get to the UFC, get the dietitians from over there, then cut down.
Deep, dangerous waters, man.
I think of a heavyweight 4 or 5 wins in a row, all finishes.
That's it.
Makes it pretty easy.
Work for Robelis to Spain. If it worked for him,
There you
it worked
go.
for you, man.
And Robelis was
grapple,
what,
though.
32, 33? You gonna fight Robelis?
Robelis like 39.
Robelis like 42,
He's
dude.
like 47 years
Yeah,
old.
he's crowding
Hey,
40.
Terrance versus Robelis.
Ooh,
No,
hey.
Robelis got a career in karate combat now, bro. We staying here.
He ain't doing MMA no more.
No, which is probably for the best. Probably for the best, because after that long of training and that level of grappling was a little rough.
It's
Yeah.
totally different, man, once you
Yeah.
get over there.
Little
But you got
rough,
the right
man.
people around you, bro. You're going
I
to do
mean,
well.
the same thing in karate combat, though. Like, the people he's fighting is like taxi drivers.
Peter said you don't want Frankie's high maintenance.
Well, hey, man, we're excited to see you next week. It's cool to see you out there on the pro side of it, man, and excited to see you go to work.
Can't wait for sure.
Awesome,
Gonna
my
be
man.
a banger for sure.
Hey, that's that beautiful man, Terrance Chapman. Make sure y'all go check him out.
See you next week in San Antonio,
Yes, sir.
brother.
Yes, sir.
Later, guys. Later, bro. Speaking of, next week,
Hey,
Fury.
train safe this week. Don't fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
be like my other opponents and be like, yeah,
Hang out.
I banged my knee
Just
up
hang out.
rolling the day before.
Yeah,
Fight.
exactly. Don't be doing any of that stuff, man.
All right, up next, we got Fury 102 in San Antonio, headlined by the 135-pound division as the title is up for grabs with Juan Adams taking on Jesse Rosas. Diego, how's this fight going to go? Tell me about it. God damn it, Diego.
I'm not allowed to make
He's
predictions.
got a wiener in his mouth. Hang on, Diego, you good?
Yeah, I'm.
What's his name, Diego?
Did you just switch the camera to you coughing?
You switched the camera to you, coughing?
Or did you like get it off of you?
So listen, you got Juan Adams, Jesse Rosas, two exciting young fighters.
Yeah, John Yanez at 8-3, Jesse
I'm a
Rosas
big John
6-1. And now he wants to talk.
Now he wants
Right?
to make. Hey,
We
listen.
done moved
You
on.
can't make predictions on our own fights, dog.
Well,
I'm gonna
hey,
make a
hey,
prediction.
They
I didn't make
they
no
can.
prediction.
You guys can't.
I'm gonna make a
We can
prediction.
chime in. I don't like making predictions on stuff like this.
My
but if you ask
prediction
me
is
to,
that
I
we will have a new 135 champ at the end of the
Boom,
night.
there you go. There's a safe pick.
It's a vacant title.
Yeah, it's a vacant
title's
title.
I said you can't make predictions on the fights that we make. It was like, they can. What happened? You got nervous? You got nervous, Diego?
Hey, the co-main and the main for this card are gonna be super exciting. You got Giannis and Rosas, and then Loham and Nate Richardson for the TMF title.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I kind of slept on this card a little bit. I forgot, even as we put this fucking thing together.
Yeah.
I forgot. So I was doing the.
You guys have totally let that
I
TMF
know.
fight fall off the map.
I
dude.
was-
Hey, that's huge.
I was
what a
doing our-
co-main event.
I was doing our pre-media stuff for it, getting the videos and everything together, and I was like, oh yeah, there's a TMF title. Oh yeah, fuck, the 135 title's up.
God damn, pal.
Yeah, that's
Dude.
gonna be a banger, man.
Loham Estevez versus Nate the Natural Richardson, dude. That's gonna be a banger, dude. That's worth that could be the main event right there.
Another good test for Loham, as he's this is his, I would say, his second shot at a big veteran to be able to go out, and I know he wants to avenge that Alfred Walker loss. I don't think that was in his mind. That was his best
I
performance.
mean, he's still 9-3, right?
he's 9-3.
Yeah, 9-3.
He's still right
good.
there, man. Yeah.
Also, 170-pound division, we got the exciting Richard Mayall returning. What was it? 10-second knockout, 15-second knockout.
Dude's a
in his
fucking
last
killer
fight.
at 170.
Taking on Ishmael Israelov.
He's 6-0 now?
5-0.
5-0.
Zach Borrego makes his return in his hometown, taking on Bruce Xavier. Yum Yum, Olivia Beerley taking on Samantha Brister. Valerie Ann Marie Soto taking on Veronica Vargas.
Malija,
This
Valerie
girl's
Soto.
4-0.
Yeah. And then
Tough test.
we've got the pro debut of Mr. Jackson Glass.
Oh, here we go.
This
That
will be
was
our-
Todd's guy, right?
Will this be? No, this is. So he trains ambush Muay Thai.
Okay.
So he's out there with the Tackett brothers, where Cody Steele came from. But his coach is the ambush Muay Thai coach. I can never remember his fucking name. And then Damian Anderson is his jiu-jitsu
Okay,
coach.
that's what I'm.
And
okay.
he's like 4 months into his 17-year-old life.
How crazy is that? He's 17 years old, making his pro debut on Fight Pass.
kind of crazy, but I like it.
Also on that card, we got Eddie Frye making his return.
High def, Eddie Friray.
Dallas Dodd is on the card as well. Big names on this card. You got Drake Lopez returning out here. Bang Sanger, sir. I can't. Bang Sanger. How do you say that?
That dude is 6-0.
Yeah, but how do you say it?
Good God Almighty, you guys are you
Certified.
flying these guys in from Russia?
This fight alone is just to fuck with Wayne.
Oh
Wayne,
my
give it a
God,
run.
dude.
Give it a shot. Give it a
Fuck
shot.
you guys.
I got it. Israel Kuchikadzeke taking on Baysanger Surakakave. I don't know how to fucking say either
you
one
know
of those.
what? Hey, the closer we get to fight day, the closer we get to some fights falling off. And you guys feel free. Feel free if something happens in training camp or you're just not feeling well.
I know, but
it's
look
a
at
bad
these
weight cut.
look at their records, bro.
I see it for. Hey, this guy 4-1 versus that guy 6-0. Hey, that would be a great fight. But god damn, pal. Hey, send me some pronunciations. Iraqi.
And then the fight that I'm most looking forward to of the night,
Can I buy a vowel?
Damian Arande taking on Michael Blockus.
The orangutan.
Michael
Step back in the
Blockus,
cage.
2023 All-American wrestler at the University of Minnesota.
I see that 3-0. And he's got the Rick Steiner headgear on. He's gonna be a beast, man.
Taking
Whenever
on,
you're wearing the headgear.
The orangutan. And this will be really interesting because Damian clearly has the advantage in jiu-jitsu. Michael Block is clearly the advantage in wrestling.
Usually the answer for stopping a jiu-jitsu guy is a wrestler, a high-level wrestler. And
Let's see where this fight goes.
that's going to be a fun fight, man.
Hey, also on this card,
that could steal the show right there.
You got
That
Gavin
fight.
Teasdale.
Gavin's back.
I'm saying one of the greatest high school wrestlers of all time. I don't know if people actually realize how
Have you not
great
looked at this card?
his collegiate. No, that's not what I was saying, dickhead. I'm saying you got what I was doing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go
You're,
back.
you're trying to promote. You're trying to build fight.
Go back to your
He
phone.
just wants to shit on you and make a joke about you, dude. That's all. I couldn't see the blackout screen was in effect there.
He didn't see it. Hey, also on the card,
it works? Does it
I
work?
want to give a shout out. We got 2
Does it
title
work?
fights on the amateur division. Alexandra Carlson taking on Alexandra Lowell
Ooh, that's going to be a fun fight
for
right
the
there.
115 title. And
She's defending, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then
Alan.
Dragon Davila taking on Alan Gonzalez for the 125-pound flyweight championship. It's gonna be a fun fight. Fun fight for both guys.
Who's Orlando?
He's the brother in what is that movie with Vince Vaughn and
Dragon Davila.
you know what I'm talking about?
Orlando,
Like
dude.
Four Christmases. Yeah.
Orlando.
I'm Omaha or some shit.
Yeah. Dallas.
Dallas, that's right, Dallas.
Dude.
All right,
This card is stacked, man.
Yeah, there's only 20.
I would have known that if I got a copy of
Hey,
it
only
sooner.
24 fights.
Yeah.
only be
we need-
there-
we need about 9 to fall off.
We're starting at 9
Hey,
a.m.
y'all want to give the over under if we're gonna be there till midnight or
What
before?
time?
I'm
We started
not
at 1?
touching
5
that. I'm also not canceling
Just like
the
Dallas.
hotel booking.
Just
We
like
start-
Dallas.
We only got through 10 in Dallas. We should start earlier.
Oh, we only got 9 Miami fights.
How many pro prelims?
4.
Right. That's
It'd be fine, bro.
13. No, it won't.
It'll be fine.
13.
This is
be fine.
insanity.
This month.
It'll be fine.
And 2 of them are title fights.
It'll be fine.
Hey, listen. Hey, those last 2 pro prelims, just prepare to be swing fights.
It'll be fine.
All right. So, UFC announced the tough rosters yesterday,
Hey, can you assholes keep it down over there? We thought you left. Okay.
and our own Imanol Rodriguez.
All right.
Emmanuel Rodriguez.
It will be on the teams. The most exciting.
You got the roster of that?
I can.
Cormier versus Sonnen, right?
Yeah, you got Daniel Cormier.
Chael Sonnen.
Yeah. Dude, he's a great coach. Did you listen to him in the
dude.
first 2 seasons?
Hey, you know what? Even if he wasn't, the sound bites alone make the show worth
he
watching.
go against Vanderlei?
He did.
Silva?
He did. I can't let you close.
Yeah.
I can't let you
Remember that
close.
shit?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was so fun.
Yeah.
That's legendary. That's what I tell my kids now. Like, you tell the kids,
I can't
hey,
let
don't
you
fight
close.
at school. Yeah, hey, if they get within arm's reach of you, you can't let them get too close.
Imanol
Roybert.
Solid parenting advice from Chael Sonnen.
Roybert Echeverria, someone we tried to work with a few times as well. 170 pounds, Jeff Crichton fought for us out in Cali.
Okay.
And Matt Dixon, I know that name.
Damn, there's not a lot of guys though.
Well, I mean, they're all guys. They're all males.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 8 and 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really kind of down that Isaac Moreno didn't make the cut.
I know.
I felt like his
What?
personality, everything about him was perfect.
You know what it is? You know what it is. He didn't stay active enough.
Yeah.
That's
Could be.
what it is. That's the huge
Could
strike
be.
against him.
That could
He's
be
not
it.
active enough.
I mean, he made it, I think, to the final interview.
So with all this, Isaac went, Imanol's on the card.
If you had a couple of fights,
I would have
you'd been
liked
in
to
there, I
see
feel
Nick
like.
on there.
My question is, why would you still fucking go to the Tough House? Just wait and go to Contenders. Why fight for like weeks at a time? Have to make your weight multiple times. This is the hardest route.
I was
Yeah, but
just about to say
they
that.
tell you, hey, you got a guaranteed spot on Tough. There's a possibility you might be on Contenders this year. What do you do, man?
There's a
Depends on how
possibility.
confident you are in yourself. If you feel like, man, well, fuck it, I'll fight anybody. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to beat everybody's ass.
How many fights do you have to go through
3.
on the Ultimate Fighter?
2 and then the
Two
finale.
in the finale, so like 3 fights in what? Like
Okay,
a
but let's
span
be
of what, a
honest.
couple
But let's
of
be
months?
honest. How many guys have we seen fight in the Tough House and put on a good performance, and they still fight at the finale and get a contract?
It's not the entire roster.
No, but if you shine out there,
So, but here's the thing.
you can't beat
Let's
these
say-
guys. You don't belong in the UFC anyway.
That's somewhat true.
That's
somewhat
100%.
true.
You're not
100%
saying
true.
anything that's wrong, but it's such a.
Would you
it's
say
the hardest route to
would
go,
you
I
say
feel like.
is this not the hardest route to get to?
It
the
is the
UFC?
hardest route, but it's a route.
It's a route.
It's the hardest route.
And if
Would
it's
you-
your
would you-
only option, then maybe it's a great option.
Would you say that fighting for Fury is the easier route than fighting for somebody else?
Oh, yeah.
Same thing.
No, it's not the same.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
I do understand.
I think, like, for somebody like Imanol, I think you're kind of rolling the dice. This kid is he's 5-0.
He's on the radar.
5-0. He's got all
Very
finishes.
likely. I mean,
I know, but if
given
he
who he
can't
trains
beat
with, who
these
his management
guys,
teams is very likely
he
to
don't
get the
belong
call up
there.
to
Yeah, but would you
Contender
rather
Series.
have to say I got to beat 3 of these guys or I got to beat 1 convincingly?
But he got a guaranteed spot here. He don't have a guaranteed spot on Contender.
I think he would have.
I mean, that's up to Mick, and Mick referred him here.
Yeah. Well,
So you go where they say go.
I feel like I'm talking to a wall.
You go where they say go.
He just likes playing white devil.
Terrance Chapman,
I
they call
guess,
you right
man.
now to go to the Ultimate Fighter House. Do you go to the Ultimate Fighter House, or do you wait and roll the dice and see maybe I'll get on Contender?
Terrance Chapman.
There you
That's,
go.
if I tell you, hey, listen, you can go to the Ultimate Fighter House and fight 3 times, or you can fight in 3 times in what? It's 3 times in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
3 times in 6 weeks. Now, difference is heavyweight,
man, hey.
weight cutting, but
It's also different rounds too. I think the rounds are not as long.
no, same rounds.
Fighters are going to
2
fight.
rounds.
2 rounds, but they're 5-minute rounds.
You got to protect fighters from themselves sometimes. Every fighter is going to say, I'll do it. Every fighter is going to
That
say,
too.
I'll go on the
Yes,
Ultimate Fighter.
And they
If I
don't,
fight
and
all
it don't
3
count
times-
as a loss on your
Yeah,
record.
but to be fair, hey Terrance, tomorrow I need you to go wrestle a fucking bear to get on the UFC. You gonna go wrestle the bear?
Yep. I'll wrestle,
Yeah, he's gonna
I'll
wrestle
wrestle
the
3
fucking bear.
bears
Yeah, I
in 6
mean,
weeks. Yes,
no
that's
matter.
what they're going to say. So
the
the fighter's going to fight.
Yeah, he's gonna say the
But
right
all
thing.
I'm saying is these guys got a guaranteed opportunity.
Right.
They could wait, and there's no guarantee that they'll be on
all
Contender this year. All they did was take the guarantee.
My
There's
only
no-
question that I
there's a
wrote
guarantee he's
down
gonna
was,
be on the
is
show.
this the
It's
hardest
harder.
route?
It's
That's all I
definitely
wrote
harder.
down. I don't know why. Like,
No, you asked me.
Why would you do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's a guarantee.
You would have to fight Fury. That's not a guarantee win.
It's not.
What?
It's not a guaranteed win. But
Exactly.
Mike, how hard?
So you might as well go roll the dice on the
hard
Ultimate
is it?
Fighter.
How hard is it for you? How hard is it? Hey, I need you to make weight 3 times in 6 weeks.
Up a weight class.
No, I want you. You're at your assigned weight.
We need you at this weight.
I need you at this weight.
No, I'm sorry.
You
I'm,
can.
I'm sorry.
No, they
We're
give you
casting
1 of
for
2
this.
options. You get
We're-
1 of 2 options.
We're casting for this weight class.
You don't have to make 25. You make 35.
We need a microphone for him. God damn it. Get over here and talk. They can't hear you. We're like the podcast. We're going to be talking to the wall.
No, I think you got to make 25.
No, you got to make 25.
You've got to make the
25ers
weight.
have
This is
to
the
make
weight we need you
25.
at.
but these guys
If you
know
can't
what
do
they're
that, that's
signing
okay.
up
We're
for.
just going to cast
Yeah,
somebody
I mean,
else for this.
They know
spot.
what they're signing up
Right.
for.
You know what you're signing up for. And, like, for me personally, like, all I need is a chance. Like,
Yeah.
if there's a chance I can get a UFC contract at the end of this, that's all I need. That's all I want. is an
Circumstances
opportunity.
matter. If you're like on the cusp, you're on the verge. You're like 6 and
Everybody's on
1,
the cusp.
5 and 1, or
Everybody's on the
whatever.
verge.
All of those guys are.
And you got the Ultimate Fighter, or you got Dana White's Contender Series. I mean, I'm not saying take the easier route. But neither route is easy. But man, the Ultimate Fighter, you got to win 3 times
Like Eric said,
on any given Sunday. You
If
don't
you
have
had-
any given
of
Sunday.
course,
You got to
of
go through
course, if
3
you had
fights.
the option-
It's definitely a harder route.
Right.
I feel like if you're at a certain level, you're on the cusp. You're
I know,
certain
but we're talking.
pedigree of fighter.
But
I
we're
think- I
talking.
think
We're
you gotta go
arguing 2
Contender
different
Series.
things, though. We're saying
For sure.
if Dana calls you and says, "Hey, you're guaranteed for Contender. You're guaranteed for Tough. Which one do you want?" I want Contender.
100%.
But they're
But
saying
that's
you're
not-
guaranteed for Ultimate Fighter. You're not guaranteed
That's
for
not what
Exactly.
happened, though. That You're making up a hypothetical scenario.
No, he said, "Why would these guys take this opportunity?"
Right.
That's what he said. Because it's a guarantee.
Why is there no black guys on the Tough House? Anybody gonna say anything?
This
We're not gonna
guy's
say
black,
anything?
dude. What are you talking about?
Roybert's from Venezuela.
No.
Rich is out
This
here.
dude
Are
is,
there-
this
hey,
dude is black.
listing him. That's why he's the one.
Are
picking
This
it.
dude is
seriously
black,
no
too.
black guys on the Ultimate Fighter
From
besides-
Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
The black guy from
Look him up.
Kazakhstan.
Look him up.
A black guy from
You want to bet
Kazakhstan.
$100 right now?
No, you don't.
Yes,
need-
bet it. Shake
All
his
right.
hand.
See, he don't want to.
I don't,
Shake his
'cause I don't-
hand.
I don't trust that it could be. That are you talking about? Are you thinking about the actor?
See this?
Are you thinking about?
See
the
how he
actor?
didn't shake my hand?
Shake his hand.
See that?
Eldest.
Edith Hard.
That's how I know all.
I want to find out
I
if
know
this dude's
all.
black or not. Let me find out real quick.
I know all.
If he's black, Wayne's gonna jerk you off right here, right now.
That'll never happen. I don't know why you insert me into your homosexual
Nah, bro,
fantasies,
you
man.
good, man.
Rich,
Let's
just
see.
do it.
Why
like
do
you
you
did
insert
yesterday.
him into your homosexuality, Rich?
How can I not?
Just do it like you did last night.
These motherfuckers Asian looking. What are you talking about?
Hey, dog.
He's black.
I was
Hey.
trying to bluff.
Eric Garcia, I'm sorry, this is
Hey, I was
not a
bluffing.
black guy.
He
Does
was-
not qualify.
Hey, I was, where's my 100?
Where's my 100 bucks,
Yeah,
bitch?
see, shake. Hey, see, that's how I do it, dog. I bluff.
Hey,
See that?
no.
Hey, that's how we did him. That's how we did him at the blackjack table.
Don't listen to him, all right?
That's how we did him at the blackjack table, right?
Yeah, we
See?
did.
That's
Hey,
how
shout
we did
out Kendra Lust. Wayne is the jerker. Start on OnlyFans. You wish Kendra Lust in your dreams.
Hi, Kendra.
What is is the
Hey,
jerker.
shout out Jacob Silva.
Kendra Lush
Joining
just
the-
let us
joining
all
the
know
live.
that Wayne's the only eye candy at the table. What the fuck, man?
What about me? I just got my haircut.
Why am I the jerk? I should be getting jerked, I feel like.
But she acknowledged that he jerks off men.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you did acknowledge.
Hey, I've jerked off one guy my entire life, and it's the man in the mirror. So fuck all
I
you
was about to
hoes.
say.
Michael
I
Jackson.
mean, look. Listen,
Yes, I was 8, okay?
hey, to be fair, y'all can say what you want. We've all touched a dick. So, like, it's a little gay. It's a little gay, guys. I'm just saying. I touch one every day, you know?
Shout out Strong Style.
You just lost all your students.
Yeah.
Rich just lost all
how do
his
you think
students.
Devin got on the road to the title, guys? Okay?
I very rarely like share do a TikTok or some shit.
I'm sure.
But some dude posted some shit the other day, and it was like this gay dude he gives you a kiss on the screen. He's like, "Oh, now you're gay." I'm like, that's not even the gayest thing I've done this week, dude. Have you ever been in sports? Between sports and the military, we've done some gay shit. All right, and like. I'm sorry, y'all never
done
been.
some gay shit.
Y'all never been.
I've never done no gay shit.
No.
Hey, Texas kid, this wasn't in the podcast notes this morning. Just FYI, this is Rich, freestyling.
This is always in his notes.
This is how Rich freestyles.
freestyle.
Whenever you let Rich freestyle, this is where it goes, man.
Hey, speaking of freestyling, like that segue. Hey, did y'all watch UFC 312 DDP Strickland?
I did not. I wanted to catch it,
didn't
but
either.
I missed it.
So I want to
Unfortunately,
get.
I watched Cody still.
I'd like
I
your
saw that
I'd
too.
like your opinion before we get to Cody Steele on this. So DDP outshined Strickland, broke his nose. Great fight for DDP. His Strickland's coach came out and pretty much said like he didn't do what he needed to do. Doesn't know if he has it, if he wants to be a champion or not at this point. And Strickland then came back and responded and said, "Well, he won't be in my corner next time. There's plenty of other guys at the gym who can be in my corner."
Yeah.
That's the syndicate guy?
Nick's
No.
that's Extreme.
Extreme Couture guy. Extreme Couture guy.
So
Eric
Nick said
Nixick.
that?
Eric Nixick.
yeah, Nick
Yeah.
said it,
it's kinda- yeah.
which is
The guy who got the hair transplant
yes,
from Turkey.
which I feel
Allegedly, we don't know.
I feel
Yeah,
like
he
we
did.
weren't
He
there.
posted a
there's
video.
pictures.
Oh, did he? Okay, cool.
I feel like
Hey, that's how you get the free promo. You got to post
Yeah, he
one.
on
posted
this
video.
end, as a coach, I could never go publicly and say some shit like that about my fighter. I'll tell you directly,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't
but
do
you
that.
got to
Yeah.
protect your fighter. You know, and so how would you feel if, let's say, Daniel Pineda came out and said, like, man, you know, Aswell just he didn't really try.
He
I don't-
doesn't want it
I'm-
anymore.
I'm here to coach champions. I don't know if he wants it. What the fuck?
That's his only championship.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like Strickland won him his first belt.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. Like everyone's saying, the relationship. Maybe.
What about Marab? That's not. That's a different team.
That's-
Huh? He said syndicate.
That's Longo.
Yeah, that doesn't
But
count.
no, it's, well, Longo and
Yeah.
So you would
Ward.
care if Daniel said it, but you wouldn't care if Frank said it.
if they told me before and they kind of broke it down to me like that beforehand, and then they said something on the pod, and then it's like, yeah, like maybe he's true. He told me that already. But
But you'd want that conversation with
I would
you.
want that conversation first, and
no doubt.
You know, and Strickland will probably admit too that wasn't his best performance. He didn't look great. He probably didn't come with it like he said he was the whole week. You know, but still, as a coach, you kind of gotta uplift your fighter a little bit more than just kind of knock him down on a big platform, especially when it's a championship fight. It's like you're saying I didn't try. Well, you go in there and go try. You go in there.
Nobody knows what y'all
You
see,
go in
man.
there and get to that position where I was to make myself a champion. Who would have thought Sean Strickland would ever be a champion? You know,
Nobody.
he
Nobody.
probably didn't
Lance
even-
Spar,
he
the
probably
corner
didn't
man
even-
of champions.
That's true.
Right,
That's true,
Shout out to
Lance.
Lance on Twitter too.
Yeah.
You know, defending him. But you know, maybe Sean's intentions aren't to be a world champion forever.
Nick Francis's coach too?
That he's the same coach and everything.
So he's got a fucking heavyweight champion too.
Oh
But
yeah, I guess Nagano was his first champion, but
Yeah.
you know, but for someone like Strickland, you know, maybe if that isn't his intentions or what it's just you can't go on a big platform like that, talk about him like that,
Right.
and then you kind of almost shit on him. He really just kind of shit on him a little
yeah,
bit.
he said it was
That's
a-
how
he
you would
said it
take
wa-
it as a fighter.
he
But
said
he
it
was
was-
trying to motivate him.
He said it was a
but-
very underwhelming
Is that the way to do
performance
it?
and
Which
an
it was.
and an uninspiring effort.
But that is
That's
uninspiring.
for your locker room.
Right.
That's
a
for
locker
the
room
that's
speech.
that's
Hey,
that's you and your
Kendra Lush
coach.
chimes in. No, he coached Francis, also heavyweight
Yeah,
champ.
he did coach Ransom.
Good
I
job.
forgot.
Good job.
Thank you,
Kendra.
Kendra.
I think
Kendra
there's
was here to keep us
what does
in
he
check,
say?
keep
Kendra
us
said
in
he's
line.
trying to light a fire. Listen, I agree. Maybe he's trying to light a fire
Agreed,
under his ass,
agreed.
but you don't do it publicly.
That part.
There are conversations between fighters and coaches that we've all had that has to happen behind closed doors.
Yeah.
In the public, if you're upset with your fighter, all you can say as a coach is, hey, it didn't go our way.
Right.
We're going to go back and look at the game plan, see what we could have done
protect your
differently,
guy.
Yeah.
and we move forward.
For sure.
That's it. But behind closed doors, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What was that? So I think you have to protect the fighter, and I love that Sean came out. I liked how he handled it.
For sure.
Listen, he said, listen, I like Eric. He's a friend of mine, and he's going to continue to be a friend of mine. Will he be in my corner? Probably not. We have many great guys at Extreme Couture, Nate, Ray Sefo. We have so many savages that I would love to corner me. So I thought for Sean Strickland, he handled that very well.
Yeah.
I expected Sean to be like,
To go off, yeah. Fuck that
Yeah.
guy. Who is he? He didn't do shit. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
like I said, for
he
sure,
handled
like,
that very professionally.
There's some things you can take away that, you know, in a sense is true, right? But like, you just don't want to do that to your fighter, especially coming off a championship fight like that. Like, yeah, maybe he didn't fight to the best of his ability, maybe to your game plan.
Yeah.
He didn't do what he wanted to do.
Shit happens,
but
right?
he still fought in a championship fight, you know, across the country, right? He had to fly 16 hours to Australia, still had to fight.
with staph infection.
Staph infection, broke his nose. We don't
That was
know
that
how
shit on his arm?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what happened in this camp. So, I mean, to say it's uninspiring, I mean, that's a little
Agreed.
harsh just because
Yeah.
of where Sean came from, that
Yeah.
he wasn't even supposed to be in that position. So it's still inspiring for him to even get another title shot, to get another, defense. That's 3 title fights for him, that's
And he probably got a big ass payday.
Cheers to that, Texas kid.
And he got a
So-
big ass payday that dude's gonna take a cut of.
yeah, exactly. And Eric got paid, so I don't know. Maybe he wanted more.
Maybe he wanted double.
He wanted to get the win.
And listen, there's some credit to maybe
got great hair.
that, like,
Wanted to be on the podcast,
maybe
so it
Eric
makes him
knows
famous.
Got great hair.
Eric knows Sean, and maybe he thinks it's a different, like, how he can approach it. Maybe I don't know. I can only say from my aspect as a coach and from what we do here, like, I would never come out publicly at Fury and talk about a fighter didn't try.
Right, exactly. That's
You can't do that.
made weight, made championship
Yeah.
weight, went to the fight, broke his nose, and kept fighting. You can't say he didn't try.
Yeah. Now, can I say that he hasn't improved as a fighter from when he first got? Yeah, he's the same guy. Teep kicks, jabs,
sure.
like he's throwing the same stuff. Great defense, but I think that got you to a certain level, and
Philly
now I
shell.
think he needs to ring it in and look at what he can do to move forward.
Right.
Like how can he get better? He's got Ray Sefo at his fucking gym. Dude, get with Ray Sefo every day. Fuck, man, Ray's amazing. So
And that's the thing too. As a fighter, like, don't be worried about having to put your head coach in your corner. You got to put whoever you feel is comfortable, whoever you like, whoever speaks to you. And
When
can
you go to the
actually-
UFC, I'm corny you.
yeah. So Eric's gonna be in my corner. Just Eric. Just Eric. It's gonna be like Mike.
Just
Perry.
Eric.
It's gonna be
Like his-
Perry.
when he's got his
Mike
girlfriend
Perry,
out
his
there?
girlfriend, just Eric. Just being Eric walking down.
Yeah, we're gonna do
but
it.
It's whoever you feel comfortable with. Like if you feel like one of your training partners has been helping you all camp, and that's the person you want to be in their corner.
Terrance,
with
when you go to the UFC, I'm a
that's-
corner you,
That's
dog.
what you do. So.
Got you on the third man.
There
You
you, go.
don't have to feel obligated to always put the same, or always, you got to put who you feel comfortable with. And, Sean said, hey, this is still my boy. And I think that's where the relationship gets messed up a little bit. As a coach, is like, sometimes we get too friendly with
Sure.
our fighters, and there's got to be that line where it's like, yeah, we're friends, but hey, this is also business. We also got to make sure we run this thing correctly.
Make sure y'all
and-
pay y'all tuition.
Yeah, and just make sure that everything's getting run the right way. Sometimes we get into that zone where it's like we're too friendly, and it's like, oh, I know I've been coaching you for a while. Don't worry about having to pay me this or give me that, or it's like, when I came up with Coach Saul, it's like he's like, I get paid for my time. My time is money spent, So, and I always took care of Coach, just because I know how he is, how he ran, and at the end of the day, it's a business, Like me and Coach Saul had a great relationship. Would I say we're more friends than business? I probably more business just because that's how Coach like his stuff ran.
Yeah.
But we're still good friends. We still hung out, and got stuff to eat and stuff like that. But that's gonna be another situation too, where it's like they've been together a long time, so now it's like maybe we're more friends than we were, business.
Yeah.
Maybe let's keep it that way.
Who's Danny Pena? Who's Danny Pena? Talking about Aswell for president.
Thank
God
you.
damn, pal.
I
Calm down.
love
I'm 35. I'll run.
I do
Who
love
is that?
I do love the idea
Trainer, a head trainer.
of putting
All right.
who you want in your corner. At our gym, it is you got to have one of the coaches.
For sure. Oh, of course,
Put
of course.
a coach.
Yes.
But that other person, I don't care if it's you want to put your best friend in there, like some dude who's going to like draw you while do sketches while you're fighting. I don't care. Like put whatever makes you comfortable. Because what people forget, like, and I tell our guys this all the time, like fighting is it's an individual performance that is built off of a team effort.
Yeah.
So you need to put whoever the fuck you want in that corner with you. If you really wanted Daniel Pineda and you wanted Eric and Diego for whatever fucking reason, then that's who you put in your corner because that makes you comfortable. That's who you're comfortable with in the back. That's who you're comfortable with as you're walking out, and that matters. And fighters, speak up. Yeah. Speak up. Tell them who you want.
Hey, your
Diego's
coaches,
the plug
I
for the
guarantee
post-fight
you,
massage.
your coaches are not going to feel bad. And I know that's kind of what the thing is like, oh, I don't want so-and-so to feel bad that I picked so-and-so. It's like, the coaches understand. They've been there. They've done that. Like, whoever you want, that's who you want. But
It's kind of nice sometimes not have to fucking corner every fight.
Oh, my God. I mean,
you know, like.
Cornering is a hard gig. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not an easy
it's
thing
stressful.
to do. Especially if you're, invested as you are. You kind of get
It's
lost.
easy.
in
You
the
know what
sauce.
to do. We've been over this.
Yeah.
You know what to do. Do it.
Best
Pull the
advice.
trigger.
Best advice.
Just stand up.
You
You know what
they
we want. They want what we want.
There you go.
Or my dad.
Hey, so.
Whatever my dad yells is always good.
Hey,
You
so.
know what they want. They want what we want.
He don't want
Or
it.
that.
He don't want it.
You don't
You
want it.
want it. He don't want it.
How bad you want it? He
I-
don't want it.
We
my
hear some
favorite
good stuff, man.
My favorite thing that it aggravates me every time. It is teammates in the crowd
Oh, boy.
yelling over the coaches who are in the fucking corner, and I always want to turn around and be like, hey, you pay that guy sitting next to him also to coach you. Shut the fuck up and let him talk to his fighter because you're telling him something completely fucking different.
Wrong too.
It's never right. If the teammates are almost, I love every one of you. Listen to the fucking coaches in the corner.
Yeah.
Listen to the coaches, man.
Or the commentary when I'm there.
Hey, Coach Tony, just stand up. That's what I'm talking about.
Woo!
Stand up, Derek. Just stand up.
Just stand up.
The best advice ever.
Look,
he would
if you're
do
going to
it.
get the crowd,
He still
start
does
a
it.
Hey,
chant.
dude, I'm telling you,
clap,
my
cheer, but-
favorite Coach
Man.
Tony moment. We were at the Arena Theater. Sijin was fighting John Bala. And for 2 rounds, first round, Sijin got his ass beat. I don't know how he got out of the round. He got out of the round. Second round, I did a little bit better. Sijin's always been undersized. As the 3rd round starts, Coach Tony stands up. He's like 2 rows behind me. Sijin! Sijin turns around. Like, what? Coach Tony goes, go to the body. Sijin walks out and punched this dude in the nuts. Like, he was, fucking hard. One of the hardest nut shots I've ever heard. The dude hits the ground, and I turn around and look at Tony. Tony goes, that'll work. He's like, that'll work. And then Sijin submitted him like 2 minutes
That's
later. I'm
awesome.
like, damn, all right. He's just throwing nut shots all day, dude. That's like, oh, man, yeah.
Hey, cheers to
Good
that.
stuff. So, hey, we've got, so DDP walks out as the champ, setting up 2 possible fights. Does he get past Khamzat Chimaev?
Hey, Khamzat or
Probably
DDP?
I don't think so.
I don't think he gets past.
I don't think many people get
You
past
think he's
him.
met his match? You think this is it?
I mean, it's going to be interesting because he's big and strong.
They've said that about everybody he's
and
fought,
stuff,
man.
but I don't know. I feel like that boy Khamzat's just different.
Khamzat's different, right?
Different.
Yeah.
You can just see it in the fights, know, how he's moving, how he's talking during the week,
If
Yeah.
I was DDP, in the business aspect, I would get injured, sit out a little bit, and take that Alex Pereira fight at 205, make me a little bit of money, and then go fight Khamzat.
I mean, I guess it's a little better fight because he could grapple a little bit.
But you
that's
can't
not a
even.
good fight.
But you can't lose your belt if you go up to 205.
That's true.
You can always come back down and defend it. Get you two title shots.
That's not a bad strategy, Coach.
What you think about my boy Diego going to fight Volk,
Is that for sure it's signed?
Miami?
Ooh, are we going? Are we going?
Yeah.
314, right?
Miami.
Let's make that
It's
flight.
April.
Let's go.
It's April.
Let's go. We going?
Bro, I can't be making plans right now.
We got fucking cards. I'm sure.
Sure we do.
I thought you were talking about your mileage and
I can't
your
be
mileage.
making
Yeah,
plans.
he's world traveler.
Oh, I can travel, but I got
Limousine
priority
riding,
here
jet flying.
first.
Just get your.
Those are all my days off.
I-
You got a
I
black
think-
card? Don't you got a black card now?
yeah.
You got 2.
Oh, yeah, that's
You
what
got the black on black card.
Oh, give me one. Put me on the Fury payroll.
I got a cardboard card. It's pretty dope.
That's everybody's answer to everything. Put me on the Fury payroll. Hey, give me that Fury money.
I'm ready for Fight Pass. I'm ready to commentate with Fight Pass. I know people want to see it.
Whose job you want to take?
Are you ready? I haven't listened to this
Take any
commentary.
of their
Is
jobs.
he
It don't
ready?
matter to me.
He's doing a good job. Yeah,
Is he?
Mike.
He
Mike's
does do good.
Mike's
Is
been
Mike
working well.
Alexander in trouble? Like Aswell's about to take his job?
Better watch
If
out.
someone gets, let's just say, I'm in the same situation as, my fights. If someone,
I don't know. We couldn't.
Somebody
Hey,
gets sick.
someone
hey,
pulls out.
in
let
your
me-
post-fight interview at the amateur series, we couldn't really hear you, man.
Oh, I know. I was
you're
crying.
talking
I
kinda
was
low,
crying.
man.
I was crying before, and then they were telling me, go in there and interview. I was fucking bawling.
Why were you crying?
Because, you see
'Cause he's
the
a
work. You
bitch.
see the work that, your kids put in.
He was crying because he knew that was his guy's last fight with us.
Hey, it's been really cool, man, so far. Like yourself, and obviously, having Alex and you and Jake are kind of bouncing back and forth on.
Yeah, you do a great job, man.
You're doing a great job, man.
No doubt.
I put in the time just like if I fight, man. I put in my homework and I make sure I'm watching and trying to give these kids just the best intro that I can and kind of
Put the fighters over. Don't try to get your shit in. Don't put yourself
Sean
over.
Shelby
right?
says has Mike graduated from school yet?
almost tell him like I got a half.
He said I'm a book him as soon as he graduates.
Hey, tell him yes.
That was cool.
Hey,
Hey, let's go online and print you a diploma.
Hey, so two more things
I'm just
before
kidding, man.
two more things before we get out of
I
here.
just hit him up though. I said, hey, I got my boy ready.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You see my text?
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for them to finish.
Fuck those guys, man.
Dominic
Sidebar.
Cruz announces his retirement this week. Where do you guys rank him all time on the 135-pound list?
It's probably up there.
Yeah, he
Probably top
he was
two,
a
top
dog.
three.
Yeah.
I've got him 1 or 2.
Yeah, for sure.
He
Yeah.
came from WEC, right?
WEC.
And he was.
I feel
fucking
like I
killing
need to
it
have a
over there.
conversation with him. I need to get him my shoulder device, and I think he could still be in the game.
That thing.
Yes. He had like 2 shoulder separations in 6 months, 8 months, something like that. He's decided to call it a career. Man, I think we could rehab that shoulder.
So Dominic Cruz,
I hate to see him go. He's the
Let me
GOAT.
just see his UFC run.
from March 2008.
He didn't really fight.
From March
long
2008, he did not lose until December 2016.
Cody and Henry.
During that time, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different title
He's one of
fights.
the
That's a
greatest.
lot.
Listen to the
He's
run.
one of the greatest.
Listen to who
No
he
doubt.
beat. Right? He beats Brian Bowles. If you ever remember Brian Bowles in WC, he was a motherfucker. He then beats Joseph Benavidez, Scott Jorgensen, Uriah Faber, Demetrius Johnson, Takeya Mitsugaki,
That guy.
T.J. Dillashaw, Uriah Faber again.
Again.
That's what a fucking run, dude.
Good run.
So, I think you have to put him, he's 1 or 2.
Oh,
One
for
or
sure.
2.
For sure.
And it depends where you put guys like Henry Cejudo,
Right.
where you kind of label those guys at. Who was the when Aldo was the 145 champ? Who was the 35 that beat?
And who was?
I'm trying to think of the 135 champ in the Barao.
Oh, yeah.
Barao had 12 years of not losing or some shit too. So Hanan Barao, and then obviously Dillashaw dethroned him. But I think Cruz, I would put him at maybe number 1, maybe 2 at worst. And I just want to say personally, from a fan's aspect, man, thank you to Dominic Cruz for a fucking amazing run. It was great to see him. Cheers to Mr.
Cheers
Cruz
to
there.
that. Cheers to a hell of a career, Dominic Cruz.
And a great dude. I mean, I see him at the PI all the time. He's very cool. I mean, he does good commentary too. Yeah, no,
And he's great at that as well.
I'd like
really
to donate my shoulder reliever device to rehab that shoulder for him.
Shoulder's a tough one.
Mail it to
man.
the UFC.
But it can be done.
PI and write attention Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about this? This is our last one.
Talk to me.
The top 100 highest paid athletes list came out.
Okay.
0 MMA athletes in the
That's
top
a problem.
100.
That's a problem.
5 boxers,
Eric.
0 MMA.
Eric.
That's
What
a
about this?
problem.
0 MMA and not 1 woman.
Hey, that's not on
In the
Eric
top
Garcia. That's on one guy, and it's the top
Eric,
guy.
time
It's the
to
UFC. No. Hey, man, we've talked about fighter pay in the past, and I've tended to lean on
This
Dana
is
White's
specifically
argument.
for fights,
This
obviously.
is athletes in general.
Okay, so Conor McGregor's not on that list?
Nope.
He hasn't fought.
He didn't fight. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything sports-wise.
Yeah.
So here it is. So there was 5 boxers on the list. Jake Paul came in at number 52, earning $48 million. Canelo came in at 20 with $73 million. Anthony Joshua, number 30, with $60 million. Inoue, number 81 with $42 million. Number 1 overall highest paid athlete of the year was Tyson Fury, $147 million. Number 3 was Usyk, who beat him twice last year with $122 million earned.
In 1 year.
1 year. And so when you look at that list, having 0 MMA fighters
That's a
on there,
problem.
and the number 100 athlete, so the very bottom,
Trying to get up there.
Daniel Jones from the Minnesota Vikings earned $37.5 million, meaning
So this is over football, basketball, baseball, everything.
no MMA fighter even earned $37 million. in 1 year.
That's a lot of fucking money, man.
It is a lot of money.
Like, can you
Do
imagine?
you think the UFC could afford to pay somebody in 1 year $37.6 million?
I don't know.
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, if he would have fought, he'd probably make that.
Really?
Yeah.
Last time Conor McGregor made it was in 2021.
And what did he make?
Let's see. He made that list in 2021. I can tell you. Talk amongst yourself, boys.
See, so the problem is UFC doesn't want to create anybody bigger than the brand. The
Well,
brand.
I don't know.
Hold on. No, I don't believe that.
I don't think that.
I don't
Okay.
believe. Okay, what? How many?
Hey, so the numbers don't lie.
How
Yeah.
many of those promoters have a PI? UFC Apex?
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about
well,
fighter pay.
well, here's
But
there's a
there's
big
a lot
difference.
more expenses.
I know that,
in-
and that's what I was trying to say earlier,
they
but I was
kinda,
interrupted.
you know,
I've
lock
aired
them.
on Dana White's side of this from a business standpoint.
Right.
There's so much more cost involved with what they do and everything. But you have a guy like Tyson Fury. How many times did he fight last year?
Twice.
And
But
then-
also you have to look at this. So in boxing, you are the promoter. You are the sole person risking everything.
Kinda
So
like me.
there's nothing stopping a John Jones beside his his contract. There's nothing stopping John Jones or Connor or any of these guys from going out and putting their own promotions together, risking their own money, which is what Jake Paul did.
That's what he does.
Jake Paul has MVP promotions. He made $48 million last year.
Didn't McGregor do that with Floyd Mayweather back in the day?
He made $100 million for one fight. When Connor made the list in 2021, it was $180 million. He was number one, but he also had 122 from selling his whiskey.
Of course.
So
now, would he had the opportunity to sell that whiskey if he would have never fought in the UFC?
not at all.
There you go.
That's the biggest difference in boxing and like when you look at the NFL and everything, is that the UFC takes all the risk. Every single portion of the risk is on the UFC. And now, do I think that fighters are paid their worth? No. Do I think that a fighter who, like a Michael Aswell, when he's in the UFC, the way you speak, the way you handle yourself in public, and the way you fight will naturally make you a star. And once you are a star,
It's on
like, that's a pretty good life. I can tell you, we've seen when 2 years ago we went to Isla with Diego and everybody. 2 years ago, we're walking through Isla. No one knew who Diego Lopez was.
Can't
Dude,
walk nowhere now.
like couldn't walk. And now he can't like go out in public. Basically, I mean, he's got his hair, but like when you become a star, even though you can say, "Hey, I'm not making what Tyson Fury makes."
Tyson
You're
Fury
making
is
more
one
than
guy,
you probably
though. Like,
ever would have made.
the UFC has
But out of the
500 guys on roster.
Okay, all of that. But out of the top
How many
100, out of the top 100 athletes, not one
It's too.
MMA
It's hard,
guy.
man. It's hard. It's
I
too hard.
mean, you're competing with other businesses that are flourishing, that have the money to be spent, they can pay.
Are you
they can
are
pay-
you trying to tell me? I feel like
believe
Major
the-
League.
The
Are you
UFC,
trying to tell me Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
the UFC
Are
has
you trying to
the
tell me
money-
Dana White can't afford to have one guy in the top 100 paid athletes on his roster?
Yeah, well, the problem
I'm
is you
not
put
saying
one,
that.
and then you got the other ones, and the other ones, and the other ones, and then all of a sudden, everybody's going to strike because they ain't
All right.
getting that.
No.
All right, let's look at it this way
There's
as well.
not a union. No. You're talking Utah. I didn't bring up that word for a reason.
when you
Now,
look
Wade
at it-
does
Ooh,
get
I'm-
more money.
I'm not-
When you look at it this way,
I think the UFC guys are paid well.
Hey, I'm not
I
disagreeing
think
with
they're
that at
paid
all.
well.
I'm not
And
saying they're
it's
not paid
apples
well.
and it's apples and oranges when you compare the UFC to
it's-
boxing.
okay, so when
Nobody
you, when
gives
you
a
look
fuck
at,
about
well,
boxing.
there's two different things.
Whenever you
When
say nobody
look
gives a
at-
fuck about boxing, apparently some people do because
Yeah.
Tyson Fury is the top paid.
Well,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
but you're talking about
the UFC
five
I know.
guys. You're talking about five guys in a sport where there's probably 5 million boxers. There's way more boxers than there are people in MMA. By default, there's way more boxing gyms than there are MMA gyms overall throughout the nation. The sport's been around over 100 years versus one's been around 30 years.
Fair enough.
Slowly through progression, if you look back at when 30 years in for boxing, they were making 12 cents. You're talking about five guys who, do I think there should be at least one MMA person on here? I do, 1,000%.
I think arguably more than one, but at least one.
This was last year.
This was this year.
Oh, what's
Most
fuck, what's
recent
20,
list.
2024, so it's,
Okay.
it's
The most
yeah.
recent list.
So what did John Jones make? Did he fight last
He
year?
didn't
Hey,
make
Terrance
37.5
Chapman.
million.
Terrance Chapman. I'm going to start a boxing promotion. You be my heavyweight champ. All right.
But also,
We're going all in.
you have to look at
The
it from-
lowest paid.
You have to,
I'll take 37.
man. You have to look at it.
37.6 mil. We'll get you on the list.
You got to look at it from the aspect of is that if I told you, don't take what the job is, whatever it is. Hey, you're gonna work in 12-week bursts. I need you to stay in shape year-round. But your work is 8 to 12 weeks. You're going to do that 4 times a year, 3 to 4 times a year. And you're going to be able to take care of your family for the rest of your life. You're going to be a millionaire. You're going to be super popular. You're not going to make $200 million a year, but maybe over the course of your career, you're going to make 40. Would you rather take $40 million for that lifestyle that you live now, or do you want to go finish college and go work a 9 to 5?
Right.
And make $100,000 a year?
As you can see what I'm doing, you know.
You're I think we're in a very blessed time that we can even complain about, like, again, do they deserve it? Yes. Is it not great that there's not one in the top 100? Yes, agreed. But I think it's better than it's ever been. The sport is bigger than it's ever been. And slowly people will start to, by default, make more and more.
What does Dana say? If somebody else can do it, go do it.
Oh,
be my guest.
That's the easy answer.
Be my guest.
Hey, nobody needs to do it. Dana, you're doing it. Dana,
you don't
you're
have
doing
to.
it.
I was so close to getting us out of here. I was so close to getting us out
Dana
of this
don't have
subject.
to.
Yeah, see?
Dana don't
Drag
have
us
to.
Right back in,
Unfortunately, and it's
motherfucker. We're
unfortunate
almost
because, like,
out.
I don't mind making the 10 and 10. Like, I don't mind. I'll take it.
No.
Like,
But you don't mind being. Let's just say Diego Lopez goes and fights Volk and he gets $1 million. Well, that sucks because, dude, you should have got 50 million because the boxer got 50 million. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, but
I don't agree with that.
You're happy making 10 and 10, knowing that just within a few fights, you're going to make way more than that.
Right. And then that's the thing, too, is that, like, they're giving you incentives to, like, push forward. Like, you win, then your next check is a little bit more. You get the knockout of the night, fight of the night. Oh, 50K, right? So that's kind of like the little incentive. Should it be more? Probably. Should it be like 75? Probably. Should we be getting probably 15 and 15 to start? Maybe. But that's not my call. That's not my business that I'm running. And it's like,
let's talk scale.
If
Let's
I don't take the 10 and 10,
Let's talk 50K versus the revenue they're generating on just that one pay-per-view.
All right, so here, I'm going to give you these numbers, and you tell me whether or not this person has a good job. Dricus du Plessis made
Dricus du Plessis is his name, sir.
$3.3 million for UFC 312.
That's no pay-per-view yet.
One night, no pay-per-view.
So once you add in his pay-per-view, it's probably going to be double.
Zhang Weilei, 2.5. Sean Strickland, a mil flat.
I think that's good money, dog.
I'll take that.
Hey, Tatiana Suarez made $335,000 to lose.
Pretty good.
When you scroll down the list, damn, Cody Steele. Is that right? Oh, he had a bonus.
50.
Yeah.
84. 84.
84 racks for Cody Steele. UFC debut.
Yeah, how much he getting for the show up? How much
I mean, this is public record. This is
I'm gonna text you, Cody.
This
is public record.
This is estimated.
Yeah, these are estimated as well.
Like estimated.
You can go to
50, take 50 away from.
Okay, but now the downfall of that is
We're talking about.
they probably paid these guys in Australia more because the tax out there is fucking huge.
That's sure too.
I think it's like 30% or some
40,
shit.
yeah,
No, Kobe Thickness, what a great name. 24,000. But I think as well, Cody Steele's more of an anomaly.
That's true, yeah.
Like the dude was super
They promoted
popular.
the fucking shit out of him.
He was so popular before he ever got there.
For sure.
And that's one of the things where I hope people pay attention to that. Like, go build up your shit.
I know.
But dude, that's a year's salary for somebody, bro. Like he don't have to do shit the rest
That's
of the
more
year.
than a year's salary.
And he's gonna fight probably 2 more times this year, easy.
And he still got sponsorships probably coming in. And
Yeah, that's not counting his Venom sponsorship and Monster.
whatever
else
they're
he's
paying.
got.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Now, I'm not saying fighters shouldn't make more money if it's available. Obviously, everybody wants more money.
Right, of course.
Everybody wants more money.
of course.
But you got to look at it from Dana's side, too, as a businessman.
That's a lot
And
of
for the
people.
company, bro. That's a ton of fucking people. Look at the UFC Christmas party. All the fucking people that are there.
That's not a good example.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm saying, look at his staff.
No, I know.
All
I
the
know.
people. These
They're not
boxers
even
and shit
fighters.
don't. Yeah, I mean, he's got like 300-400 people on his payroll.
Fighters are getting paid $1 million.
And that's not including the
How
fight
about
nights.
this? How about
He's
this?
got a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
use-
expense, bro.
I'm going to use Tatiana Suarez as an example.
Okay.
She's been in the UFC for right under 9 years. We'll call it 9 years. Now, she missed 3 years because of cancer.
Okay.
So let's take that up. Let's say she's 7 years in. At her job, she came in making 10 and 10 because 13 and 13 because she was on the Ultimate Fighter contract.
All right.
If I told you in 7 years you're going to make $330,000 a year when you were making 10 and 10,
Yeah, but that's one fight.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
like
one
that
fight.
one fight.
That's because she lost. Imagine she won.
Yeah.
So if she comes back and fights again
So it
this
probably would
year,
have been double.
Yeah.
if she fights again this year, she's going to make close to $1 million. So when you look at it overall, where else can you go Where else can you go? What else can you do? Wake up, Diego! Where else can you go? What else can you do to see that type of acceleration in your salary at that age with this type of freedom you have? When there is, and fighters, look, there's freedom and then there's a professional fighter's freedom. You got to maintain your body. You got shit you got to do all the time. But look, let's be fair. You live a pretty fucking good life. Life is good. You enjoy waking up and doing what you want to do.
Everything is a sacrifice at the beginning, man.
And again, calm down.
Everything is a sacrifice.
Wayne had to go outside and fucking yell into his tire.
Hey, I love Wayne for wanting us to get paid more, bro. I like that.
So,
Without you guys, there is no show. Period.
without the show, there is no guys.
There you go.
Hey, listen, because I come from like the brand's got to eat. Like the brand's got to eat. I've said this since day one over here. Like when I came over there, hey, the brand's got to eat first.
Of course. Hands down.
Sometimes it's a little gluttonous.
Or you could go to a different show that's a little less quality.
True.
And make less money.
Almost said something really funny.
Hey, and with that, hey, shout out to Bobby Lashley coming out to the fights with
Hell
Josh
yeah, hey,
Thompson
man.
as well.
Josh Thompson's cool as fuck.
Josh
fuck,
Thompson,
right?
cool as fuck, man. It was great to meet him, but man, Bobby Lashley is probably
You know Bobby Lashley?
the
Wrestler?
most polite,
You know Grant Hill?
nicest professional wrestler
Grant Hill's
I've
in
ever
house.
met in my life, and I've met a few. But dude, Bobby Lashley is the nicest guy
So you
ever.
and Raheel were saying, hey, I'd like to get a picture with him before he leaves.
Yeah.
Did y'all get the
And
picture?
so, yeah. So,
Hey,
dude,
dude, who got that picture, by the way? I never got it.
I got it.
Oh,
So I walked.
Show it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, put it right here. Diego.
Diego, we got-
Diego. There's me and
Yeah,
Bobby
hey,
and
listen,
Raheel and
Diego ain't changed the camera in like 10 things.
So,
Wayne's talking, he ain't even on camera.
I walked over and asked him. I said,
Yeah,
hey.
there's nobody manning the cameras. Thanks,
I'll do it.
Diego.
I'll do
I said, hey,
Go ahead.
Aswell, can you handle camera angles?
two of our staff guys are really, really big fans of WWE and yourself specifically. Would you have some time to stop and take a picture with him? He said, of course. I will wait here until they're ready. Let me know. And he stood there and waited.
Yeah, he was cool,
And Josh
man.
Thompson, man, one of my favorite fighters
He
growing
was
up.
like, thank you so much for the invite.
Dude.
I had a blast.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys
You know
get a
Josh
chance-
Thompson? He head kick knocked out Nate Diaz.
My
Very,
the only one
very
to finish
cool
him.
guy. Very cool guy, man.
My favorite fight with him was with Razor Rob McCullough.
Yeah.
Like back to like 2002 or some shit like
I
that.
was 2 years old.
Jeez.
You know who some of my fights were, favorite fights were? Brian Stan fought, what's the guy who fought in WEC like 3 times and they had a fucking war?
Uriah Faber.
No.
That's my WEC
that,
guy.
no.
right there, man.
Hey, I wanted to give a quick shout out before we get out of here. Rich Chow, Bobby Lashley, and
Shout
Josh
out,
Thompson
yeah, man.
do a podcast of their own
McCarthy?
called the Dad Dojo Podcast.
Yeah.
You can find it on YouTube and iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Check them out, man. And it's not all about fighting. It's just 3 dads sitting down talking about life, talking about having kids.
It's what this podcast was supposed to
That's
be.
what it was supposed
but
to be.
it turned into like a
Brian Stan versus
complete
Steve
MMA recap.
Oh, yeah.
3
Damn.
times.
Damn.
Twice in WEC, once in the UFC.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to my favorite WEC fighter of all time. If y'all remember this guy, Miguel Torres.
Yeah.
He was a motherfucker.
Yep.
He was a motherfucker.
WEC was so
He was very
like,
hunchback.
underrated.
Dude, he
back
was,
in the
yes.
day.
Very hunchback.
And he had the mullet.
Yeah.
I loved watching WEC.
WEC was
Like a
so
turtle. Like a
awesome
turtle
back
shell.
in the day, man.
Let's bring it back. Let's put some blue mats on the.
Remember how
Fury.
badass Faber was? And then he ran, and then
Dude.
obviously he runs into Aldo. But that fucking fight, like his leg balloons up, Aldo with the 8-second Cub Swanson flying knee fucking knockout. Like WEC was fun. Chael Sonnen taking on what the fuck was his name? He missed weight, so they didn't get to be a title fight, but Chael still fucking
I don't know.
won.
It was like 17 years
Donald
ago. Man. It was
Cerrone
a
used to
long
beat
time.
ass.
Donald Cerrone, yeah. All the tap out guys are out there screaming sunshine. Like out on the side,
What
yeah.
a great promotion.
Yeah, what a
that
great
was.
time.
Damn
man.
tap out back
Bunch
in
of
the day.
dickheads. Wayne, get us out of here.
Hey guys, the time for talk is over. It's been over. This has been Fury Unleashed.
Hey, fighters, more.
Go.
It's time to unleash the fury!